Hi, it's Rick with Realty Austin with your May market update. The last 30 days have been really busy in Austin real estate. I wanted to give you a breakdown of how the Austin market looks today. All right, as you can see, some interesting numbers here. These are the last 7 days in the Austin area. We had 388 new homes come on the market. And we have had a total of 471 homes in the last 7 days go under contract. That's a pretty interesting statistic there. Number of withdrawals and temporarily off market, those are way down from where they were about a month ago. At the height of the pandemic, a lot of folks were taking their homes off the market, either entirely or temporarily taking them off to see what happened over the next couple of weeks. So we're seeing some really interesting numbers in terms of activity. Lots and lots of sales going on right now. And you can see 315 homes actually sold in the last week as well. So they actually closed. So those would have been homes that went under contract about 30 days ago, which have been right when the pandemic was kind of starting to peak in the Austin area and businesses were closing and whatnot. So homes were still going under contract at that point, as they are today. So the market demand is still pretty high. And the real question is, what's causing the market demand to be pretty high? A couple things are doing that. Number one here, take a look at this. We have interest rates. Interest rates are truly at an all-time low. This goes back to 2007. You can see where interest rates were then. And 2007 is kind of right before the big mortgage meltdown. So check a look at those. Pretty interesting statistics there. The bond yield is way down as well, which obviously is driving the interest rates down quite a bit. Another interesting piece of information is really what's driving the market too, and whether it's nationally or in the Austin area, is demand. There's still demand in Austin, especially for homes. People still want to move here. People still want to buy homes. And what we're seeing is a shortage of inventory in real estate. We've had a shortage for the last couple of years where more and more people are moving here and there's just not quite enough homes for them to be able to purchase. A lot of new home construction has gone on as well. So let's take a look at this statistic here. We have new listings. So like this comes from Redfin, and this was 2019 compared to 2020. So these are new listings. You can see the new listings in the graph there. Obviously, new listings really fell off this year quite a bit due to the pandemic. So there was a big drop in listings there, and they are very slowly starting to increase. And this is for the Austin area. So you can see the active listings, we're seeing a steady decline. This has been about a year and a half of a nice steady decline in the number of active listings in the Austin area. The pandemic has really kind of compounded this, so we're just not seeing as many listings on the market as we need in the Austin area. And we have more buyers. Obviously, as you could tell by the first slide that I put up, we have a lot more closings. We have a lot more properties going under contract than we have new properties coming on the market. So it's actually a really solid time still to be a seller if you price your home right. You'll be able to get your home off the market pretty quick, priced right and in the proper condition for the neighborhood that you're in. So another interesting part of what we're going through right now is obviously we're in a recession right now, even though I'm not sure it's officially been called yet, but it is certainly going to be a recession if it is not officially a recession already. One of the interesting things about housing is rarely affected by recessions. Really the big glaring exception was the Great Recession of 2008. That recession was caused by a housing meltdown, an overvalued housing market. We are not in an overvalued housing market at all right now. So here's some national statistics to look at. So looking at the national statistics, these are the last 5 recessions of what's happened. Obviously 2008 there was that big drop. The other recessions since 1980 have either home values and whatnot have gone up during the recessions. 1991, it was a slight downward trend nationally. Now we can switch over to the Austin area so you can see what's happened in Austin since 1990. So taking a look at this slide, you can see right there at really 2008 is when things started to dip, 2009, and again, that was the great housing recession. But the black dotted line kind of running right through the middle of that chart there, that is the average price of homes. So you can see really in just about since 1990, we've only had one minor dip down in the price of homes in the Austin area. and that's including all those recessions that we've been in since then too. So that's one of the things, again, I think I've mentioned this before, that I really like about living in Texas and in Austin. We are not nearly as affected by recessions and downward trends, and when we do get hit by those kinds of things, we tend to bounce back really quick. So I have a lot of folks asking me, it's like, should I wait? Should I hang back and see if there's deals? Some folks are thinking it's going to go back to the 2008 levels, where it's like, I'm going to get a great deal because housing prices are going to drop 20, 30%, and I can get a great deal. I really don't think that's going to happen. I don't think especially that's going to happen in the Austin area. Our market is just too good and too strong. Certainly is going to be an effect. We don't know how much of an effect that will be yet, but probably nothing as we saw in 2008. Another reason why we're still seeing a strong housing market is there's record equity in people's homes right now. Right now, there's about $6.3 trillion worth of equity in people's homes nationally. That's double the amount that there was in 2009, and that was during the Great Recession. So lots of equity in people's homes. Back in the Great Recession of 2008, 2009, people were buying homes, bad loans, no jobs, all that kind of stuff. So that's not happening now, so that's a good thing. So anyway, that's a quick rundown on what's going on in the Austin housing market. If you have any specific questions, please feel free to reach out. I'd love to chat with you a little more. Thanks.